A big round of applause, Sister Shivani.
Shivani Verma, better known as Brahma Kumari Shivani or Sister Shivani, is a teacher at the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University. She conducts motivational courses through public seminars and television programs. She is well known in India for her leading role in the television series Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. She is also a goodwill ambassador of the World Psychiatric Association. Brahma Kumari Shivani was recently honored with the Nari Shakti Award 2018 by the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, at the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. At the Brahma Kumaris, we greet each other saying Om Shanti, a word which means I am a peaceful being. Om is Aham Atma, Shanti is peace. In a time where majority of us believe that stress, anger, and the whole list of negative emotions has become very normal, spirituality teaches us that it's peace which is normal and natural. And so, Om Shanti. When brother was asking right now, which session was the best yesterday? And then because he was not getting an answer to that, then he said, okay, which one was the worst yesterday? Somewhere, we start creating a culture of comparison and competition. And you know, while we were talking before the program, and then brother said that if we leave it open for people to ask questions, they will think of which question should I ask so that I get the maximum votes. My question should be intelligent. Why we are not having question answer for this session? Because any question that you have about yourself, the answer is only with one person. Who's the answer with? Yeah. I will never be able to give you an answer about your life. It's you, your situations, your spouse, your children, your colleagues, your work environment, your personality, your capacities, your values, your principles, your sanskars. And so the answer is going to come based on those. And that's why even if we give one answer, that answer is not applicable to everybody else because everyone's sanskars, personality, capacity, everything is different. The theme of this program, Be the Change. And I heard that since yesterday you've been talking about change in a lot of sectors. Let's take a minute of silence and just put the word on yourself. The change. If there's one change I need to create in myself, just close your eyes so that you don't see people walking in, walking out. And just see what's the first answer the intuitive mind gives you. If there's one change that I had to bring about in myself, shifting my attention from the outside world and coming to my inner world of feelings, emotions, habits, behaviors. If there's one change I need to create, which is going to make my life more comfortable emotionally, Be very specific. Select one change. So we know what to change. We will see how to change. But most important question, ask yourself, do I want to change? The what, how, and the want. The most important is the want. The want to change. And if you've selected your one, if you could just show me your hand that you've selected your one. Thank you. If it's not very personal, can you shout it out in one word? What do you want to change? Anybody who's ready to talk about it? One word. Hanji? Ahem. Acha. So the ego. Ego. Acha. You want to finish off the ego? Kind of. Kind of. You want to just reduce it a little bit, or you want to finish it? A thin line also between ego and self-respect. So we need to know when it's ego and when it's self-respect.
Right, yeah.
Anybody else? So Hito wants to finish off the whole thing. Ego means then everything is gone. All the negativity is gone with that. Hanji.
Weight.
Hanji.
I want to reduce my weight.
You want to reduce your weight. Do you also want to reduce a little emotional weight?
Not too much.
No?
I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that. You're worried about your physical weight.
I'm worried about my
The
physical.
worry is the emotional weight.
The worry is the emotional. Yeah. So I want.
The worry is the emotional weight. So let's first finish the worry. Weight to apne aap theek ho jayega uske baad. So one is ego, one is worry.
I want to.
Expectations. 3. You're ready to finish all expectations or some?
No, I mean, I want to finish all expectations.
You don't want to finish all.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have some expectations of life,
You
or
need
it's
to
no
have
point
some
living.
expectations.
Yeah.
Why do you need to have some expectations?
Because that gives you the zest to live. Or else,
Expectations from?
I mean, from life, basic, everything.
Expectations from life. Okay.
Yes.
Hanji? You need to be more organized. Anything else? Hanji?
Love myself.
Love myself. So which means don't criticize myself. Don't get hurt. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. Don't emotionally abuse yourself. Just love yourself and be nice to yourself. Hanji? Hanji? Be less cautious. So which means be... Acha, take more risks in life. Oh, okay. Huh? Let go of? Let go of everything. No, you don't let go of everything. Let go
I
of...
just meant to say that let go in the sense, don't think about anything too much, just let it go.
Just let it
Pass.
go. Very good. Be easy, relax, and think less.
Yes.
Understand others more. Beautiful. Hanchi?
I would like to be more positive.
I would like to be more positive.
Positive.
Let's make it, I would like to be only positive.
Positive.
Why more?
Yeah.
Because that means a little bit of negative will still remain. We have to be very clear what we want. Unless I'm clear what I want, if I say I want to be a little more positive, I want to have lesser expectations, I want to have lesser ego, which means I'm giving place in my life still for the negative element. If my affirmation allows negativity to stay, then that will be a part of my reality. Sometimes, even one expectation in life can be a cause of your pain. Only one unfulfilled expectation. You could have finished 99 and you're just holding on to one. But even that one can become the cause of pain in our life. Anything else we missed out on the list? Hanji?
I'd like to develop more empathy towards seniors and aging. Here.
हमें दिख नहीं रहा कौन
Here.
Oh, sorry. Empathy towards?
Aging and seniors. I feel
Okay,
I
now
lack
let's broaden
the
that and
empathy.
say empathy towards everyone.
Fellow beings, yeah.
Everyone. Everyone. Why do we say empathy towards aging? Because we feel they are slightly weaker, they need our help. But if you look at emotional weakness, then almost everyone around you needs your empathy. Everyone around you needs your empathy, na? Because we're looking at physical age and physical weakness, and so maybe somebody needs my care. But if you look at it emotionally, then probably the first people who need empathy and your care are your children, emotional empathy. So broaden it and say empathy for everybody. Acha, theek hai, for 30 minutes, this is more than enough of list. Sorry, anybody missed out? Yes?
Yes, spend more quality time with family.
Spend more quality time with family.
Peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony. Good.
Go beyond the duality of positive and negative.
Very good. So there's only one experience, so there will not be two emotions, only one.
Short temperament.
Hanji?
Short temperament.
Short tempered ko khatam karna hai na? Khatam karna hai.
Yes, shut
Now
off.
see, this is what happens. You're not to ask me questions. I have to ask you questions. We all know the answers.
Enjoy the journey of life instead of focusing on the results.
Hanji, absolutely. And enjoy the journey of life instead of racing with other people. You will be able to enjoy your journey of life only and only and only if you quit the race.
Yeah.
If you are racing, and you're also going to teach your children, life is a competition, and more important, we say it's a rat race, then I'm in my race for the... There's a lot of difference between a journey of life and a race in life. Just imagine if we go out, take a car, and each one has their own cars, and you're with your family, and you're driving, and each one has the same destination. Let's say from Bangalore to Hyderabad. So just visualize, get into your car with your family and start driving to Hyderabad. That's the journey of life. And you would enjoy that drive. You're talking to family, you're listening to radio, you're having your sandwich. Everything is good fun. That's journey of life. And suddenly, somewhere halfway, there was another car which was crossing you, and you looked at each other and you say, "Chalo race karte." Race thi nahi. There was no race. They were driving to Hyderabad with their family. I was driving to Hyderabad with my family. We just created a thought and we said, race karte hain. How would the journey be after that? How would the journey be after that? Now if your spouse says, sandwich kha lo, तो what are we going to say? तुम्हें sandwich की पड़ी हुई है. तुम भी चुप कर जाओ, sandwich को भी side पर रख दो, radio भी बंद कर दो, because now my life focus is only one, to go ahead of them. Only one thought that I have to race changed my life's beautiful, fun journey to stress and anxiety. Every car was different. So how much ever I may want, I may not be able to race with another person because their car is different from mine, which means their capacity is different from mine. I know it, I cannot race them. And then there was a red signal. They stopped. They stopped. And I thought that was a good chance to go ahead. Because I want to go ahead of them. So I started breaking the red signals of life. And which means I started compromising on my principles and ethics. We would have never compromised on our values, principles, and ethics if we were not in a race. But because we are in a race, we have to compromise to go ahead of them. Then, Slightly further ahead on the journey, if their car had a flat tire and they stopped on the way, and you're crossing them and you're seeing the whole family stuck there in the middle of the road with a flat tire, what would be our response?
Stop.
What's the response?
Bring out the best that we have to bring, which is to stop and help them.
We will stop because that's our nature. Sharing is our nature. Caring is our nature. Cooperating is our nature. But if we put a tag saying, I am in competition with them, I will not allow my nature to come forward. And in a very, very subtle way, maybe even unaware, in a very subtle way, I am happy they are stuck. I am happy they didn't do well this year. Because they didn't do well, it gave me a chance to come first. And when this happened, our beautiful sanskar of sharing, caring, cooperation was merged because the sanskar of competition and comparison was there. And when sharing, caring, cooperation was merged, love, respect, acceptance, empathy, compassion, unity, the whole list got merged. And what emerged was stress, anxiety, worry, jealousy, comparison, and competition. And everything happened because we were in a race. We even didn't have enough time to spend with our family. And that's why one of the things that comes up is, I want to spend more time with my family and children. So if I want to spend more time with my family and children, why am I not spending that much time? Because other people are not spending that much time. And because they are not spending that much time, they are going to go way ahead. If I have to go ahead of them, then even I have to spend lesser time with my family and friends. And that's how, together, almost all of us are spending less time because we are in the race. But if you quit the race, then you can spend as much time as you want. Because then you will be living a choice you want and not living a life which the world is living. So all these words that came out right now, are we ready to implement that change, or is it only going to remain as a want to change? Are we ready to implement that change? Do you think with the current environment and the current situations, is it really possible to lead a life where we are happy, relaxed, easy, compassionate? Is it possible to lead that kind of a life?
If you are prepared to be the change.
This year, WHO has said India is #1 on depression in the world. They've announced it. India is #1 on depression in the world. A country which has a family unit, a country which is very rich in spiritual and religious practices, a country where you hardly get time to be alone because you're always surrounded by so many people, is #1 on depression in the world. We, together, are we ready to do something so that we eradicate this word from the country and then from the world? Are you ready to take up that responsibility to eradicate that? Because it's happening from the corporate sector. That's why. And then it's not a word which is only with the adults, it's a word which is with the children, because everyone leaving your organization and going home in the evening is a parent. And every parent is reaching home very, very emotionally and mentally fatigued. And after reaching home also, because they carry the phone, they carry work with them. And they are constantly on messages and emails and phone calls, so they are never ever at home. Even in the middle of the night, if you wake up at 2 o'clock, you will look at your phone. Minds are tired. And tired minds have nothing to give to their children except for money and everything that money can buy. We are very, very rich today. And because we are very rich today, our children can just name it and they will get it even before they complete the sentence. Here it is, be happy. We thought, take this, be happy. They took that, they are comfortable. What money can buy can only make our life comfortable. But we were so tired and fatigued getting them everything that along with giving them what we were giving them, we are also radiating to them our vibrations of stress, worry, and anxiety. When you reach home in the evening, your aura, your energy field walks in with you into your house. It's not about how much time we spend with our family. It's about the energy that I'm giving to my family. Isn't it the responsibility of every parent to reach home in the evening? Doesn't matter what time they reach. It's not about the time. It's about the energy with which you reach home. You don't need to spend 4 hours in the evening with them instead of 2. Spend 2. Doesn't matter 2. Spend 1 hour. But walk home in the evening happy, light, peaceful, compassionate. And when you walk in, your vibrations radiate to your family. They absorb that energy. They become emotionally strong. This year, I have been counseling 12 standard children before their exams. They are on anti-anxiety pills. Do you visualize when these people are going to join your organization 6 or 7 years from now, those who are going to take anti-anxiety pills for a 12th standard exam? Are they ready for the world? Are they ready for the world? But they are our children. They are our children. And we thought, we are working so hard, we're giving them everything, so my family should be very happy. There's a difference between happy and comfortable. There's a difference between physically comfortable and emotionally comfortable. We'll only have to do one thing. Stop and check the pace at which I am driving my car. Has it happened that I am so focused on what I want to achieve that I stopped taking care of myself? And because I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not nurturing the right vibration to my family. And then with all my stress, worry, and anxiety, I go to work and radiate those same vibrations even to people at work. What is the priority in life? First priority in life, number one. What's number one in life for us? Family, self, work. Number 1, 2, 3. Self, family, work. Please rank. Number 1, 2, 3. See, family will come in between always. The only number checking is the first and the third. So either it is work, family, self, or it's self, family, work. Which one is it? If you go back from this 2 days program only with checking and changing this priority and making your life as self, family, work, you'll be able to implement everything you shared. Everything you shared. But if we go back and we say, I don't have time for myself, I don't have time for what I like to do, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have time to meditate, because all my time is with work. So then my priority is work, family, self. Self is the seed. Self is the seed. The family is the trunk. The work and everything else is your tree. What we are doing today is we are nurturing the tree. We are washing every leaf, every fruit without watering the seed. And then however hard we try, the tree is not flourishing. Depression is high, diabetes is high, divorce is high. that means the tree is not flourishing. If we only took a little time to water the seed instead, if the seed is strong, roots are strong, tree will flourish. All that we need to integrate is an element of self-care. What do we do to take care of ourselves? How many of you create anger? And who is the cause of our anger? We ourselves. And do we know that anger depletes us? Do we know that anger depletes us? Yes. Do we also know that anger depletes people around us? Yes. And people working with us would be living in fear and anxiety because they don't know when we will react and get angry? Yeah. Now, if you're a leader of your organization, what if you had to make your organization a no anger zone? And write it up nicely everywhere, and especially at the entrance of the office, you are entering a no anger zone, where no one is allowed to get angry with anybody, because it's a workplace where we respect each other. We discipline, but we discipline with dignity. We cannot just get angry and react and shout, and the other person is standing there feeling humiliated, insulted, and then give them the target and say, go and now achieve this. A tired mind and then an insulted mind goes and achieves high targets, तो depression तो होना ही है ना फिर. So what we started doing was not taking care of the mind, but we kept raising the targets. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Numerator is increasing. Denominator, inner strength, resilience. Our responsibility today is to start working on the denominator. Increase the resilience, the denominator, whether it's for us, for our children, for our colleagues. If we start working on the denominator, let the pressure increase, we will always be happy, and there'll be no such word as stress in our life because the denominator is very high. When you and me were in school, were we talking about stress as an emotion ever? No, stress was only in physics. We never walked around each other and we said, I am stressed, you are stressed, we are all are stressed. Today, if you tell people, I'm not stressed, they're going to look at you and say, why? You lost your job? You're not stressed? You have nothing to do? So stress became like a status symbol. It's a symbol of success. If you're working and you're achieving, you're stressed. So we started thinking stress was normal. Stress is natural. Anger is necessary. Competition is a way of living. So all negative, disturbing, depleting emotions were labeled as normal, but today when we're sitting like this, we are saying we want to be happy. So we need to choose. We need to choose. First and foremost, let's change our definitions of what is normal. Let's change our definition of success. You as a leader have the power to influence the society to change their definition of success. बच्चों को स्कूल से सिखा दिया जो फर्स्ट आ रहा है वो सक्सेसफुल. एंड आज भी हम बिजनेस मैगजीन पे देख रहे हैं, द वन हुज अचीव्ड मोर इज सक्सेसफुल. सो वैल्यूज कहाँ है फिर? कुछ भी नहीं, इट्स नॉट नीडेड, बिकॉज इट वॉज ऑल अबाउट हु केम फर्स्ट. So as a child also I am taught that it's all about you come first, the world appreciates you, so run in life and come first. What if we were taught to value our values and to appreciate, and success was in the values we used and how we achieved that number rank instead of just talking about who came number one? Then we would use our values and also achieve. Which means emotional comfort also and physical comfort also. Which means be happy and achieve your target. Be compassionate and empathize to the people working with you, and now motivate them to achieve your target. Not shout at them and get your work done. Because then what happened? We depleted our energy, but we are number one in the world. Then I have achieved, but I'm not happy. I'm not healthy. and I don't know what's the status of my relationships. Are you ready to take care of yourself? Are you ready to take care of yourself? Just one equation. All the change that we're talking about in society, and we are thinking, if this change happens, how will we be able to cope with it? Society does not influence state of mind. It is state of mind which creates society. We are taking the equation the other way around. Who is responsible for the world how it is today? Who's created this society? We. Who will change it? We. So where does the change begin from? Where does the change begin from? We. We are the generation who 20, 30 years back have seen a family where 6 o'clock everybody is at home, sitting together in one room, watching one serial on one television. We are the last generation who has seen that. We are the only generation who has seen that and who is seeing this. Your children have not seen that. For them, it's going to be an alien concept. They won't understand what it means. वो नहीं समझ में आएगा उनको, because उन्होंने देखा ही नहीं है. हमने देखा है. We've seen a life of simplicity, where we were always there for each other. Sometimes we had less in terms of resources, but we were very happy. Cousins come over, 6 people were ready to sleep in one room, right? How many of us have stayed like that? All of us. And today we're like, I need my room, I need my space, move out. I and my gadget, that's all. We are the only generation who has seen both. That doesn't mean that we have to live 6 in a room. It just means while we were achieving the big houses and the big cars, we just gave up our power to adjust, to adapt, to understand, to empathize. We just gave up that power because we were not using the power. We were not using the power. Now we want the best of both. The best of the outer world, but also the best of the inner world. Who is the creator of our thoughts and emotions? Who creates our thoughts and emotions? You or the situation and other people? I create my emotions, or the situation and people's behavior is responsible for how I feel? They're two completely opposite equations. So let's be clear, which is the equation? I create how I feel, or people and situations are responsible for how I feel? Best answer, है ना sir? Stimulus. The last time you created anger, there was a stimulus. Someone did something not your way. Situation happened not as per your expectations. Stimulus. I reacted. Did the stimulus create my reaction, or I chose my reaction? And most important, do I have a choice for another response? Even if the stimulus remains the same. Sure? 3 people facing the same stimulus, would they react the same way? No. Which means stimulus is not creating the reaction. If the stimulus was creating the reaction, then 3 people, 3,000 people also will react the same way. But everyone will respond differently based on the same me with the same stimulus on 2 different days will respond differently. Yes? आज मन बहुत खुश है, and that same irritating person has made the same irritating mistake, but you're very happy today. So what do you say to him? Chal, koi baat nahi, chhod. It's not about the stimulus. If that one equation sets right, life will change. Just do one thing. Whatever you create in terms of your thoughts, words, feelings, behavior, just take personal responsibility. I created this, and I have a choice what to create. But if I say, they upset me, they irritated me, she hurt me, then they are who are controlling my life, but which is not true. And that is what is going to be the shift when we start watering the seed every morning for at least 30 minutes. A weak mind, if you want to check how emotionally healthy you are, emotional health means I choose my response. Emotional weakness means I react based on the stimulus. And if we were emotionally healthy, then all the things we won't want, they'll be our reality. Can we make our organization the no anger zone? Starting from your cabin. If you make your organization a no anger zone, you're eliminating 3 emotions from the organization culture. One is anger, second is fear, and third is insult and hurt. 3 negative emotions depleted from the human resources of your place. What will it do to the energy field of the organization? What will it do to the energy field of the organization? It will raise. If your energy field of the organization raises, what will it do to your targets and productivity? What we are doing is, we are giving them targets but not taking care of them. Leader means take care of people, people will do what you have them to do. But you take care of the people. People are walking in with their own emotional baggage. They have issues at home. Somebody has a child going through something. Somebody has a daughter who's not got married. Somebody's got a parent who's not well. They're walking into the office with so much emotional baggage, and we just give them another baggage without even thinking about them. And then we want all of them to run at the same pace without even knowing what they are carrying. So we are responsible for India being number 1. If every organization starts sending happy parents home, if every organization starts sending happy parents home, the country will change. And which means we start prioritizing self-care. First thing in the morning, to-do list. First thing in the morning. How many of us look at the phone as the first thing in the morning? And now we'll say it's normal. It's normal. So be the change means let's start changing some of our normal definitions. First thing in the morning, the mind is very silent if you've slept well. Absorption power is very high. Whatever you connect to first thing in the morning, we will absorb. Now, if the first thing in the morning means I connect to the world, and which would also mean I connect to the world news, or I connect to what's happening in my organization, then the first thing in the morning, I have disconnected from myself and just connected to the world. If you could make a simple practice, first hour of the morning, whatever your first hour is, first hour of the morning, no technology. Think. We are not supposed to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. We are not. We are not supposed to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Give your mind time. We think by reading emails of work first thing in the morning, we're going to be more successful. It's going to be lesser because we are taking a tired mind to work. Just practice this for a month and see the result. 1 hour in the morning, no work and no world news, which means no technology but also no newspaper. Possible? If I want to be emotionally healthy, I need to take care of my emotional diet. And emotional diet is what we watch, read, and listen. Everything that we consume in terms of information, watch, read, listen, is the emotional diet. What has happened in the last 20 years? When you and me were in school and college, one Doordarshan. So what is quality of information? And what is the quality of the news we used to listen to? One, it used to come only at 9 o'clock in the night. And second, it used to be read out in a very... Even today, you can go back to Doordarshan and see how the news is. Now that was influencing society. Today, 24/7 news, and then presented in the way. And we are absorbing it. We thought we are listening to what's happening in the world. We are not just listening to what's happening in the world, we are consuming it and making that the quality of my inner world. If only 1 month you practice this, that you don't consume the world news for 1 hour in the morning, you're going to be a happier person. It's that easy to be happy. It's so easy to be happy. It's so easy to be emotionally healthy. Just consume the right diet. Then what happened since the last few years? Information was on the phone. It was not just on the TV. It was on the phone. So every click, there is information. Now what's happening to our children? What's happening to our children? 24/7 information. And that too not a very good quality information. If all that we do is take care of our emotional diet, we are going to be emotionally healthy. 1 hour, first hour in the morning, no technology, no news, no work-related communication. And similarly, a cutoff in the evening after you reach home. If you have to sleep at, what time do you all sleep at normally? What time do you sleep at normally? 12. So you've already lost out 2 of the best hours of sleep. The best time to sleep is 10 to 4. And the highest charging of the mind is between 10 to 2. It's not about just sleeping, it's about the right time to sleep. It's not just about eating, it's about the right time to eat and the right way to eat. So 10 to 12, if I don't sleep, I've lost my best 2 hours. Anyways, but still, if you sleep at 12, then after 9, you should stop work-related communication. Only then your mind will be able to sleep well. Not just sleep 6 hours, but sleep well. When we go to sleep today, our body goes to sleep. Our mind is still thinking, because till we fell off to sleep, we were still with the... At least give 2-3 hours to the mind to stop thinking about work, relax, slow down. Once it slows down, then it'll go to sleep. We can't have the mind in the beta plus stage thinking so much, anxiety about tomorrow, and then just fall off to sleep. Even if you go off to sleep with that anxiety and stress, during your 6 hours of sleep, you're radiating that anxiety and stress to the body and manifesting the disease in the body. So the diabetes and the cholesterol is not because of what we eat, it's about what we radiate from here to the body. 1, let's come home early in the evening. Be the change. Come home early in the evening. Spend time with family. Eat early. Sleep early. Wake up early. Someone used to tell us in school, early to bed, early to rise, makes a person healthy, wealthy, wise. Late to bed, Late to bed. But we are late to bed and early to rise. So think, these are very simple things. But these simple things are going to give us back our emotional health, and emotional health will give us back our physical health, our mental health, our social health, our professional health, our financial health, because that's the seed. Eating time. Normally, eating is like one byproduct happening in life, and we're doing everything else while eating. Eating is not just for nourishing the body, eating nourishes the mind. A sattvic diet. Experiment with a sattvic diet. Jaisa anna vaisa. Jaisa anna vaisa. It was not jaisa anna vaisa tan. It was jaisa anna vaisa man, which means my food and my vibration of food creates my emotional diet, my emotional health. Sattvic diet without the phone. The phone should not even be there on the dining table. Leave alone talking on the phone, discussing business and eating. You have no idea what vibrations you're giving to your food if you're doing that. All your problems, all your issues, you're putting that into the food. It's going to intensify on your mind, because jaisa anna vaisa man. Is it possible to eat 3 times a day, 10 minutes without phone? Without TV? Afternoon is business meeting, dinner time is with television. 10 minutes. Eating should be like a ritual. 10 minutes. खाना खाने से पहले क्या करना होता है? खाना खाने से पहले क्या करना होता है? प्रे करना होता है. कौन कौन करता है 3 बार प्रे खाना खाने से पहले? Now see the numbers. अब सिर्फ इतना ही करना शुरू कर लें. खाना खाने से पहले 10 seconds pray, which means create a high energy thought. Connect to God and create the highest vibration. Energize your food with that highest vibration and eat in silence or eat with happy conversations. Business meetings over lunch is the most toxic thing possible. आप जिस बात पे ताली बजा रहे हो, that means you're saying that we will change that. 10 minutes lunch, उसके बाद business meeting. But 1 hour eating with the meeting. Food is getting affected. Mind is getting affected. Body is getting affected. The purpose of our life is to raise our energy field, to energize ourselves, our emotional health, because then you will be able to give your children what they truly need. Most of us think we want to give our children what we did not get. Everyone saying, मुझे अपने बच्चों को वो देना है जो मुझे मिला नहीं था. अच्छी बात है, लेकिन अपने बच्चों को वो भी देना है जो मिला था. जो मिला था. क्योंकि जो आपको नहीं मिला था ना, वो तो वो लोग भी सीख जाएंगे. उनको स्कूल सिखा देगा, कॉलेज सिखा देगा या दुनिया ही सिखा देगी. लेकिन जो आपको मिला था, इफ़ वी डोंट हैंड दैट ओवर टू द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, तो उनको सिखाने वाला कोई नहीं होएगा अभी. ये जैसा अन्न वैसा मन ना, वी आर द लास्ट जनरेशन टू नो दैट लाइन ऑल्सो. Go and ask your children if they know this line. They won't. They'll say you are what you eat. Proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. Because we didn't teach them. We have not taught them. We have not taught them what we know, what we were taught, and what we lived till we left it. So 1 hour in the morning for yourself. Keep 20 minutes to watch, read or listen content which is pure, powerful, elevated, which is full of all those words you said, compassion, empathy. Just absorb content which has those words. अगर वो वाला खाना खाएंगे तो वैसे बन जाएंगे. It's our emotional diet. So 20 minutes of study, 20 minutes of meditation, and 30 minutes of physical exercise. That's the seed. That's the watering of the seed. And without doing that, I should not do anything else in the day. Begin. because I'm not being fair to myself, to my family, and also to my work. Then during the day, after every hour, just pause for a minute, revise what you had decided in the morning how to be. We all have a diary of what to do. We also need to have a column how to be while I do that. Ego and self-respect, how to be. I will be humble in this meeting. I will be a listener in my 9 to 10 meeting. I will empathize if someone has a different opinion which just doesn't match with mine. The how to be column needs to be there. So just integrating emotional health back, and we're going to be happy, and we're going to eradicate depression, divorce, and diabetes from our society. That should be our corporate social responsibility. CSR cannot only be just about giving away 2% of your corporate social responsibility. Make your organization a happy environment. We're giving people rooms where they can go and smoke. Give people rooms where they can go and meditate. If you give them a room where they go and meditate, probably you won't need a smoking room in your office after that. Those are the things. Let's just start prioritizing that, and let's bring back spiritual principles into our life and be the change. Because you won't have majority around you doing that, and some people might even look at you and find you very strange. आजकल दिल्ली में लोग रेड सिग्नल पे रुकते ही नहीं हैं कभी-कभी. And they'll just cross the red signal and they will stare at you if you're standing on the red signal, looking at you like very absurd. Why are you standing on the red signal when there's no traffic on the road? So that's what happens in life. People look at us and say, why are you living life like this? You're not ambitious. Because they are focused on only one part of life. We are going to be focused on complete well-being. Complete well-being. So all those things that you said in the beginning, it will only happen if you start taking care of yourself. It cannot happen without that. Let's take a minute of silence again. And create an affirmation of the change that you're going to create in yourself. And delete the negative words from vocabulary. If we keep saying, I'm stressed, I'm depressed, so will be reality. I am a peaceful being. Patience is my personality. I understand people around me. Different capacities, different ways of working, different ways of thinking. They are different from me. They are not wrong, they are different. I accept them as they are. I instruct, I discipline with respect and dignity. My cabin and my office is a no-anger zone. Calm and ease is the energizer. People want to work there because happy is who they are. First hour in the morning is my time to take care of myself. Nurture the mind with a healthy emotional diet and meditation to internalize that diet and become that. Sattvic diet, sattvic food, raises my vibrations. I do not consume anything which is not good for the mind or the body. No depleters. Whatever I consume from media and social media raises my vibrations. I take care of what I watch, read, and listen. Mealtime is happy conversations only. It's a culture in my house. Mealtime, no TV, no phone. Cut off time in the evening, cut off from work. No emails, no phone calls of work, 2 hours before I go to sleep. I am my priority. Emotional health of my family and my people at work is my priority. I live my life at my pace, work at my pace with my values and my principles. My values, principles, and ethics raise my vibration. I am the change to create the beautiful new world. The world is waiting for. I'm not waiting for it. I'm going to create the new world. I am that change. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Sat